So this is Divine Unisouls, and this is Divine Sunshine. Haven't seen you in a while. I like to start off with a disclaimer and apologize for not being on here as much as possible. However, a lot of times I have to go through the lessons and understanding. And now on this journey, I'm understanding it's not about cranking out the stuff, the content, but not really having something of value. However, it is again getting the lessons before you get it so that I could be able to come back and have something of really of true value to share with you all, you guys on that. So thank you for those of you all that do listen on here. But again, sometimes it's not about being dependent upon what I'm serving or giving. It's more so now that where I'm at is just truly understanding that again, I got to really have it go through the pitfalls, or like they're showing me a potholes, so that when before you come down the same street, I can say, hey, avoid so and so, swerve and go to the right so you don't hit the same potholes that I'm doing. For many of you all that you're on this journey, you'll see that again on finding divine love, or really divine love with self or with actual person, or just in life or with a career. You will see that our definition of what we think of as divine union changes, and we see that it's different facets to it. And just like my dad, still giving me lessons and teaching me, rather it is like they said, the spirit using his voice, because they know that I would listen better or well, because it's my dad. And so again, the thing is understanding is chocolate cake, and this um, symbolism that he has given me of understanding about chocolate cake, that there's different layers to these things, and it's not just saying it's just cake. It's the difference of a 2-layer cake, 3-layer cake, or 5-layer cake. In between, you got different fillings to that, and so then each type of, when you cut into it, is different variances of what you see and what's going on in the inside with us. And so when we're talking about what is union to us, we'll find out that on this thing, it's not just about a person or what's happening at the end point of it. It's really truly about the adventures that you're having along. And this is where I'm getting at and understanding. So let me cut right on into the chase, because I know that even when I'm watching videos too as well, I'm like, okay, that's enough. Can we just cut to what we need to? So for right now, what I'm doing is, what is it for the collective? As far as what is it that is major that we need to learn and know about on this adventure. And that again, the word, the card came out, which is adversity, which came in reverse, which just means accept the challenges are the best way to learn. And now that what I'm doing now when I'm talking about things, really now is about what is your perspective as far as when you've seen these challenges come along. And I know it's easier said than done. I've even found myself in my practices when I'm talking about meditating or anything like that, I find myself even thinking the dark energies, or the dark, and not like I'm worshiping the devil or anything like that, but what I'm saying is that again, these challenges are now, my new perspective is they're happening for me, not to me. And so that I know that whatever kind of adversity that happens, or any kind of challenges that come along, you must be redirecting me to go on the path that I'm supposed to go. Makes it much easier, makes it much less of resistance in going in the journey or the adventures that I'm going on. Makes it more or less anxiety as well. And so that really seeing these things, these adversities really truly help us to get us into the flow of things, and really understanding that we've got to really let go, and we've got to get into the point of surrendering. And I know the knight in me from past lives, and the warrior, which is the Aries in me, wants to fight everything. However, right now in the perspective that I'm in now, it's just really about peace, serenity, contentment, and flow. So this understanding that, again, to accept the challenges that are best way to learn. I know a lot of things, if we look into the world and society, and like the election, if you're in the United States, some things you're looking at it saying, hey, what is going on here? How is this going to end up to our best of our benefits, our highest good? And there is a lot of adversity even being shown there, whether you're for President candidate Trump or not. There are some things in which where we have to say again that this is happening for our highest good. Don't know how it's going to end or how it's going to be, but either way you stand in it, this is it. In our destiny, we're understanding that on the path or the journey where we are is understanding they might see a standstill. And I see this stork here or pelican or whichever way it is, and it reminds me of something giving birth. And in giving birth, so in doing this and seeing they have the standstill here, it's interesting enough that this looks like this new birth is standing. When you see pelicans or whatever, the stork, that thing, this bird here symbolizes to me bringing a message of a new birth, coming in a way that is different, but it's something about you having to stand in your emotions to be able to get what's going on. And so for many of us, it might seem as if there's no movement. However, you've got to stand in your emotions to be able to receive or give birth into this new beginning that's coming along. So right now, it's really about you almost like marinating in your emotions, standing in it, as I'm learning, also dealing with the goddess or the deity or the Orisha Yamaya, that she's about the flow. And understanding about this flow, again, I just keep on saying that, like letting the life push you where you need to go. There's no effort that you need to put forth. I'm noticing that even when I put more effort in it, I find myself almost just like a person that has that riptide. It causes me to get further and further away from the destiny that I really actually do. And you know, when you're in the riptide, the best thing they tell you to do is just float, because some kind of way eventually you'll find your way floating back to the shore. This is the same thing. Stand in your emotions. To me, is again, in my meditation that I do, is she's also saying that it says for you to feel your emotions, honor your emotions, know where it is, don't dismiss your emotions, see where your emotions are carrying you. And this is where I get this stand still card, which means to stand in your emotions, which means to feel it, understand it, and see where's your emotions trying to lead you to give birth to as well. This looks like, I don't know, it's not like a cave, but it's more so out in the I don't know why I say the bayou, or something that again is like not a swampy area, wherever in the marsh. Thank you, because that's usually where you find the pelicans or the storks or whatever, like this type of bird. Is again, all this kind of thing right now is being covered before you give birth in that. This is the natural habitat where you need to be able to get this information to, as far as in adversity. In a lot of reversals. So this means really you're moving into trusting where your emotions are taking you. Although this seems like a desert area, and a desert area means that there's nothing too much life, giving life or being there. I see this tree here too as well, which is again giving you some life. But it's interesting enough, I see a ship here that looks like it's in the water, and meaning it's in the water, saying that again, this ship might have sailed. So it's some things in which you are still holding on emotionally. Here we go back into the water again. That spirit is trying to say that ship has sailed, and that's some of the things of the um, dreams I've had about me visiting back my childhood home, and my dad telling me in so many words like, okay, you know, why you keep on trying to put new things into this home? It's you got another home. Why won't you start building where you are? And so it's some things that I would say is to me as I'm passing on and I'm learning this is that it's something that you too are, if you're attracted or you something that resonates with this video, that you feel that you keep on going back to visit. Why? Because childhood is home. It's something familiar with. It's again dealing with the devil that you know rather than picking up something new because you're used to the familiarity. This is the same thing when we're talking about this trust here. It's nothing around there or markers in the desert that helps you to know which direction that you're going. You just keep on walking. And this ship has sailed because I see it in the emotions. Something in your emotions, you know it's time to let go because ships are again a form of transportation. It gets you from point A to point B on water, which means whatever it is gets you from point A to point B. In your emotions, you need to kind of let go. So whatever you think was happening or going on, you're finding now that that way of thinking is really an old perspective. And so you've got to now trust. I see this moon, you got a moon here. So you've got to again rely on your intuition and your awareness to get you to where you are. Stars will be able to lead you on your way. You have voyage here. Voyage here with the whale here is something again that lets you know that spirit, if you see this card, is letting you know that they are here guiding you. You see the baby and the mother, they're together. That again is the universe is guiding you, watching you, protecting you too as well, almost like divine intervention as to where you're going with this voyage, which means again where's your adventures leading you to. So you are connected as you see these strings here at all times. And he also has the moon is full. So to me, when I look at this, it could be also some full moon, some things or whatever it is that you have is going to start becoming into full fruition. It is again the time, watch that again, because your intuition and your awareness is going to be really full and at height, so you can be able to really feel protected on this journey, whatever you are or what's happening at that time, to let you know that hey, you are truly protected. You're not by yourself. This again where you are in your thing, this is a reversal, which means for you to really go into, it's time to release. It's fall. We're getting our way into the winter time. We're not quite there yet, but still in this card, it's time to release. And this is all about this adversity. Whatever it is, you've got to release the way you're seeing these things, because this thing is going up against whatever your belief system and whatever you're thinking, because it is truly time to let go. And so this reading or this message that you're seeing here is allowing you to understand that some of these things no longer serve, and to keep on holding on to it is to really to do damage to yourself when the universe is coming along and telling you it's time to let go. So this, because once you do that, then you'll be able to truly thrive. Okay, so this thriving aspect is, again, I see the giraffe here. Giraffes, when I see that, means the symbolism of you're playing yourself small. You're much bigger and much larger than what is going on. And I'm seeing also in the background some little baby ones. I would say also maybe again, maybe watch the company that you're keeping, or that could also saying some things in the background. You know, let that go. The times when you had made and played yourself very small, let that go with the baby. It is again some immaturity there too, as well, as I'm saying about that, or it's not came to full fruition as well in the background. Now you're older, you're much wiser too as well. And when I look at this, it's like, okay, now you're older and you're still playing yourself small. So it's something about, again, that's for you to be able to move along as well. I see this tree, which is beautiful pink color, which is again moving into your bliss, really getting some more knowledge about the things that make you happy, how you can be able to go about doing that, because it's time for you to thrive at this time. So what you need to do in order to create this is, let's look at the things that's holding you back, and we call this is my shadow cards. Clear, which means there's an aspect of you that, again, no matter how brighter that you get, there's still this casting of a shadow, this darkness there that is also there as well. Okay, so in doing that, temple of my body, okay, whatever it is that you keep on doing, you feel like you got to stay in protective mode. And it's interesting enough, when I look at the top of here, this looks like graven wings. And for me, when I see graven, or crow rather, kind of thing, it's about, and it's funny, it's right there at her head, there is some stinking thinking. There's some thinking or some dark thoughts that keeps on keeping you in continuous loop about some things, that keeps you in repetition. These thoughts are something, again, they're intrusive thoughts, and it's not helping you to move forward. So you've got to kind of keep that, because you are naturally building a wall to protect yourself. And you're saying you're building a temple, but you're building a temple to the wrong God or divinity within yourself. So you need to ask yourself again, when I look at this, and this is a new aspect that I'm looking at people and in myself. A lot of us right now, especially with the times that we're in, especially we got the fear factor, anxiety, a lot of things on the outside material world, that is causing us to really go into that thought of scarcity, but then also at the same time causing us to say, I've got to protect myself. And that survival mode is something that will keep you really truly stuck. And so if you want to thrive, thriving and surviving don't go together. They don't mix. Like did somebody say, that math ain't mathing. The spirituality and spiritual, being spiritual in that aspect, it cannot grow. So you've got to get to the point where you're not just like, I gotta survive, I'm in protective mode, I'm looking at who's coming for this, that, and another. You've got to really truly, like I said, get into that flow, get into that surrendering. That's more so of a spiritual flow, or getting into the flow of you are thriving, okay, and not surviving. And so this to me is what they're saying is, work on that. It's okay to be protective of things like your heart, doing certain things. They say, I got to put up healthy boundaries. That does not work. But then you have to check yourself before you wreck yourself, in understanding, is this ego? Like, no, child, I'm not doing that, this, that. You can tell when the voice within is a little different. I had did like a past life regression session with a young lady too as well. And one of the things was that when I asked her, that kind of her higher self, to tell me, let's go and ask some questions about what was going on with her. One of the things was that at first it said, yeah, you can ask me some questions. And next thing I know, it's like, no. And I said, I said, now that ain't the higher self, because the higher self knows all the answers to these questions that she wants. And for you to turn around like yes and then no, I said, that's ego that's came into it. So we had a discussion about it. And so she said, yeah, she said, hold on a second. Can you give me a moment, so I could tell she went to go talk to this energy within herself. And when she came back, she's like, she said, I know that was my higher self. She said, I don't know who that is. She said, they uh, look like me much different. She said, but I could tell through the energy. It's like, no, you're not coming here for highest good. And so I was like, that's your ego. Your ego was trying to protect you, because it didn't want you to have the information, and said that she wasn't ready. And I was like, yes, you are ready, because you came here asking these questions. So it can't be that you're not ready for it. And so the time is right. And so when we went back and forth, and afterwards, when she came from being under, she was like, thank you for saying those words, because those words really helped me to understand that, I knew that that person wasn't there to help me when I went under, and you told me what it was, and so I wasn't scared. So then when I had to to ask, you asked me again, is it okay? I was like, yes, we can give permission now. So a lot of times, this to me, when I look at this is ego. You got to check the ego, get it together so that it understands that, we're coming here to thrive. We ain't coming here to do the survival of the fittest. This ain't the Survivor or Survivor Island show that we come in here. Many of us have done this thing called life before, came from different other planets before, and now when we come in here, it's either to get some things right, like I said, get the blessing, get the lesson, and get on out. And so this survival things is, especially when they're saying this new world order and this Aquarius order, that means the survival stuff is just not going to work. So what things is it that, again, that the universe wants to change as we are learning this adversity? Clear. What's the lesson that they want to say? Lesson in the blessing. What's the changes that we're going to be going through as we work on this here? We're going to get a lot of realizations and epiphanies. This is in reverse. Let you know, especially in how it's going to be communicated to us. Somebody's going to say something to us. We're going to be super sensitive, especially after this full moon, where it's just going to be really crystal clear. And if not, you make sure from this point on, if you're watching this video, that you are telling me, listen here, from this point on, I need it crystal clear. I don't need no kind of murky kind of things when you're telling me, because right now where I'm at, the in-between and all the figurative language and symbolism that you're showing me, and I got to sit there and Google it or ask a psychic to do that, right now at this time, they really want us to get to the point they're understanding that. And it's been a long time, and we've been saying this a long time on this channel, which we are the gurus of what it is that we need to know. Not going outside and trusting ourselves, because again, like you said, one of the cards, it is about trust. Okay, so we need to understand, we've got a realization and epiphanies too as well, about how things are communicated, which is going to help us to put us in our heart space. Understand, they say get some rest too as well. And so when I'm seeing here is, again, like I said, stop with the push, push, push. It causes more resistance to it. Like I just got to. I learned when I have the times when I was like, listen, I don't have no answers. I don't know anything else. I'm really surrendering. I really want you, the universe and the highest power, to really take over. All I know is this is what I need to happen. I don't know how to get to point A to point B. Just find a way and help me to get there. Here, this is brown, so you got to start eliminating a lot of things, releasing these thoughts, is releasing some material things, whatever it is like that. And then I'm seeing the color red here, and really get grounded and rooted in these things. Some of us just really truly need rest. We've just been out here creating or doing things or whatever like that. Make sure that it is an even keel, even balance to both these things when you're doing things. Like I'd say, I work hard, but I rest harder. It's like, it's got to be this. This is a new thing, even in my after school program. I say it's the infinity flow. I always tell them infinity flow, like the symbolism of the infinity, like I got on my arm here, where it's flowing from one end to the other. If I'm putting it out there like that, if I'm working as hard, I gotta rest as hard. We gotta have some kind of balance, and it's asking us to do that. And so the elimination is, again, rest your mind too. They're saying that too much thinking, too much that way of how this gonna happen that way. Give your time to kind of rest, and then allow that. Somebody said in the music, they say really the biggest part when you're doing music is the silence, the pause in between the notes. That's where really the music lies. That's what they bring to me. Is the same thing in those pauses. That's when you're able to receive the message, or in a pause when nothing's doing there, like this stillness, where you allow the universe to kind of do its thing to fill in the blanks. When you're trying to fill in the blanks all the time, it doesn't allow for spirit to be able to do its work. So that's something that, again, is to bring it to me that you got to kind of like work on. Spiritual growth here. What's going to change is, again, we got this orange here, which again is how you're manifesting things, how you're able to actually have these good connections, these positive connections, how you're connecting to things in order to get these things to manifest. This is a big thing because it's going to help you to bring you into your bliss as well. So we're going to find ourselves transforming in the area of spiritual growth. Some of us is going to do some light year movements as well, and it's really not going to be any type of what they're bringing to me, no effort on your own, because they keep on saying no effort, just ride the wave, let the things that die and go. If they die and go, guess what? It's for your highest good. Don't try to go out there like the boat you seen that was there to go try to save the boat, because the boat don't need to be saved at all, because again, allow that to go so you can be able to grow, and so you'll be able to know what is the best thing for your highest good as well. Let's close this out and let's get some messages as well. I want it fell on the floor. Ooh. Okay, so let's get some messages as far as what's our higher self saying to us. Clear about where we are. Okay, one came right on out. All in. And let me read that to you, please. And to me, it's like, again, it's all in. Like they say, I'm 10 toes down. At this end, no more a little bit in, a little bit out. We're going to do this thing called life, and we're going to learn how to let go. Then we really need to go on ahead and say, okay, universe, I'm all in. I'm going to release, let it go. I'm going to stop trying to make things happen on my end. I'm going to do what I can. I say faith without works is dead. I'm going to do what I can, but I'm not going to keep on willing it to be so, or keep on thinking on it, or anything of that nature. Let's look and say it's the number 8. So again, that's about rebirth. It's about, again, being in harmony. There goes, again, that infinity flow, understanding what I flow out there, I bring back to me. So let's look and see. All systems are go. Whatever you do right now, do not hold back. This is the perfect time to get it everything you got. For every inch you move towards your dream, the universe will move it 10 miles closer. It's time to raise the stakes and play your hand. I jump on in if I were you. So again, like I said, it's you again, your higher self is saying, all in, whatever it is, this old thing of thinking or this adversity it is, learn how to embrace it, become one with it. Okay, it has been, like I said, I now have said, now I thank you even for the negatives that comes along, because I know they're going to push me to either make me greater, or push me on the path that I need to be, or again, change your thought process and embrace it, and stop saying, oh, this happened to me, and now you say this happened for me. So that lets the universe say, I don't care how it gets thrown to me. Again, like they said in Boomerang, the guy said, reverse it. So reverse it, whatever it is, like that, and then whatever it is, it's still going to work out for my highest good. Okay, and so what is the universe's message that it wants you to do? Some keys or some strategies so you can be able to clear to deal with this as we are on this dealing with adversities. What's the message that the universe has for you? Oh, it's a lot. Okay, understand that there is new love coming in, a new love for life, a new love for a person. Whatever it is, it's going to be this new one. I told you that story. Something's new is coming in. And in order for you to have something new, you got to let go of the old, okay? And whatever it is, either way you're viewing this thing is wrong, or whatever it is, there is a thing that a new love is coming on in the horizon, okay? You just got to keep it in your sights. Okay, move through the fear, which to me, again, is about adversity. Feel the fear and still do it anywhere. Remember that, again, that's false evidence appearing real when we're talking about fear. So that, again, I told you earlier about that release and surrender. That goes into what we were talking about, the leaves and letting things to thrive. You got to let it go and not survive. Okay, so in that case, so you can really be able to move into your joy. The universe wants you to understand that. So once you do that, you can move into your joy, because there's a great transformation. To me, that goes here. She's laying down, she's open and in a thing of receptive in her divine feminine energies, which means it's ready to receive. And that's some of us, is something that we have to battle with. I know that even with myself in my divine masculine energies, understanding that resting and relaxation and being able to do that is a state of being, which means it's really in healing and becoming more healthier in your divine feminine energies. And it's a create and express. So some of us has got to practice that transmutation, which you take the energies or whatever, this adversity, and you spin it and make it out for, like I said, for your good. Being creative, expression, those things. Because I know sometimes when you're frustrated, you do things like that. I go do some art, do some dance, do some singing. That helps to be able to, as you're manipulating and working with the tangible or the physical or the material things, it also sends a message to the universe that's saying, hey, you know what, turn these things around. It puts you into that divinity energies when you are actually creating some things like that, especially when you say in adversity. So, you know, that's something that you might want to kind of work on, as well, as far as knowing how to work with the physical or the tangible things to help you become one with that divinity that's within you to turn things around too as well. All right, then that is it. If you are looking for a reading or you need any other kind of spiritual help, please go to www.divineunisols11.co to be able to get that. If you're looking for a past life reading with me, you could go to www.shantiwellnesscenter.com. As well, I have so far, some people have been getting in the hour sessions, which is fine, with that as well. And so that'll be some things, if some things are not flowing, not coming together, and you're like, I'm doing the work, I can't understand why it's not coming together, check me out for that. That might be an answer as to why you're not getting any kind of forward movement in your path as well. So as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste and Namago. All right, until next time, I love you, and I'll be talking to you soon.